stream, guys. Welcome to another live stream. Hope everyone is doing well. Today, I'm going to talk about Scott McTominay possibly returning to Old Trafford, bro. Why am I hearing about Scott McTominay in 2026, bro? Why am I still hearing about Scott McTominay? Another topic that I'm going to talk about is Harry Maguire's new deal at Manchester United. But leave Harry Maguire's new deal, bro. I want to talk about Scott McTominay. Why am I hearing that Scott McTominay could possibly return to the Premier League, could possibly return to Old Trafford, could possibly return to Manchester United? Scott McTominay is the past. Why are we even talking about Scott McTominay, bro? I just saw the news here on my phone. It says Manchester United want to re-sign Scott McTominay this summer. He is keen on a return to Old Trafford to silence his critics. Bro, I don't know how reliable the source is, but this is from some Tuto Mercato web on Twitter, bro. And I don't know how reliable Twitter news is, but why would we want to sign Scott McTominay, bro? Why would we want to re-sign Scott McTominay? Why would we want to even bring him back into the team? He is the reason our midfield was so bad all these years. Him and Fred. At least Fred wasn't that bad, bro. But Scott McTominay, nah, bro. Let him stay in Italy. He was doing good in Italy. There's no point of bringing him back. Like, honestly, let Scott McTominay stay in Italy. Guys, if you're just joining the live stream, please tell me where you're from, which team you support, how's your day going. And yeah, overall, just let me know. Yeah, let me know what you think about Scott McTominay possibly returning to Old Trafford. For me, nah, bro. Scott McTominay, stay in Serie A. Stay in Serie A, bro. Stay at Napoli. We don't want you back at Manchester United, bro. I don't want you back there. You are the past. We need to stop bringing in players that have already played for the club. We need to be looking forward. Casemiro's going to be going. Bruno's probably on his last year. And I don't want Scott McTominay. Now, listen, the rumor mill is heating up. They say, Italian outlets are reporting Manchester United are leading the race to bring back Scott McTominay from Napoli in the summer of 2026. Now, listen here. This is called a shock reunion. A reunion that nobody wants, bro. Nobody wants to see Scott McTominay back at Manchester United. Who wants to see Scott McTominay back? If you're watching this video on later, let me know in the comments if you want to see Scott McTominay back. Me, I don't want to see him, bro. Now, the move is being estimated at 25 million to 32 million. Right? No, sorry. That was the potential deal that we had with Napoli. It was around 25 million to 32 million. That's not how much we're going to pay for him if we had to sign him back. That's how much we sold him for. My mistake. So they say here, McTominay is reportedly dreaming of a Premier League return. Bro, why does this guy want to come back to United? He failed at Manchester United. I don't want to see this guy over here. Reports say United have reopened interest in signing McTominay. Reopened interest. Bro, all of this, I hope all of this is fake. McTominay is a failure, bro. Why would you want to sign this guy? Listen here. His form in Serie A is good. I know people saying there he was the player of the season in Serie A, but why would you want to bring him back? Guys, if you're just running the live stream, you're talking about Scott McTominay possibly returning to Manchester United. And listen, if you think this is a good idea, let me know in the chat, bro. Me, I don't think this is a good idea. Let me know also what team you support, if you support United or who you support. See, Scott McTominay, stay in Italy, bro. I don't want you back at my club. They say, despite the links to United, McTominay is reportedly close to signing an extension on Napoli until 2030. Bro, listen, he wants 300k to stay with Napoli. I don't know how far this is true, but they say Napoli are acting fast to tie him down amid Premier League and Saudi interest. McTominay has been a revelation at Napoli, helping them win a Serie A, earning MVP honors and getting a Ballon d'Or nomination. What? Since when has Scott McTominay got a Ballon d'Or nomination, bro? What, are you serious? I don't even know this. He's been scoring a lot of goals for Napoli. 23 to 29 goals and assists in under 2 seasons for Napoli, bro. Okay, that is good, right? But that's Napoli. That's not the Serie A. This is not... He can't do that in the Premier League. Scott McTominay in the Premier League, we've already seen this. Everyone has seen what McTominay did in the Premier League. If you think McTominay could come back 2026 in the Premier League and even do a start for a top Premier League team, you're mad, bro. Who does Scott McTominay start in the top six? Who does he start? Does he start for Man City? No. Does he start for Chelsea? No. Does he start for Arsenal? No. Who else, bro? Probably maybe the only team he'll start for is Spurs. But Spurs is going to get relegated, so there's no point talking about McTominay in 2026. Even if McTominay had to come back, bro, listen here, Bruno Fernandes is the number 10. There's no place for McTominay. McTominay should snub any return to the Premier League because he's been exceeding in Italy. This guy better use his head and not listen to any of his family or whatever, because I know that his family love United. You know, Sir Alex Ferguson was the one that brought him into the academy, apparently, and what. But, bro, I don't want any of those stupid reunions. McTominay, just stay where you are, bro. Just stay where you are. Listen, they say while United lead, Tottenham and Arsenal have been mentioned in the league in the interest for McTominay. This is fake, bro. This is honestly fake. There's no way Arsenal and Spurs, maybe Spurs, because Spurs are desperate, bro. But who would want to even go to Spurs? They say the likelihood of this deal happening is very slim. And yeah, listen, why would you want to even sign this guy, bro? Listen here, there's a tactical mismatch under the current system. McTominay has thrived in an advanced box-to-box role at Napoli. This I understand, but I'm telling you guys, Serie A football, you cannot compare that to the Premier League, bro. Please, man, all you guys that tell me that Serie A is similar to the Premier League, I don't know what you guys are doing here. You must watch Italian football, then you'll understand. Guys, let me know in the chat. McTominay to United. Let me know if you all agree with it, if you all disagree. Let me know where you're joining from, what team you'll support. They say McTominay is extremely happy, okay? So if he's extremely happy there, he must stay there. He mustn't come back. They say that Napoli are pushing hard for a contract extension. Hey, bro, listen. Reports say he's demanding 350K wages at Napoli. What? Bro, there's no way Ineos or anyone will ever pay McTominay 350K, bro. United have already got rid of Casemiro, and Casemiro is miles better off McTominay. There's no way we're going to pay that. They say, listen, bro, this is an emotional reunion. This is not a football decision. If there's any truth to this story, bro, I'm telling you, Ineos, bro, I'm telling you, as for that Sir Jim Ratcliffe and Jason Wilcox, I want Anderson in the summer. Listen, I know Man City are interested in Anderson, but we need to sell the project to Anderson, bro. Listen, we need to negotiate with this guy. If we get Anderson, even if you only get Anderson in the summer, just Anderson alone, bro, I'm telling you, will be world class. Elliot Anderson next to Kobe Mainoo, bro, that's like a younger version of Casemiro next to Kobe Mainoo. You guys saw what Casemiro is doing at this old age. Now imagine a younger Premier League proven version of Casemiro next to Kobe Mainoo. Guys, if you're joining the stream for the first time, please like, subscribe. Today's topics, I'm going to read all the transfer rumors. I'm going to talk about McTominay. I'm going to talk about a new deal that United have offered to Harry Maguire. Listen, I like Harry Maguire, right? Let's talk about Maguire, because Maguire has been offered a new deal by Manchester United. They say the dressing room is in full support of Harry Maguire. They say he's making a personal sacrifice to stay at United. Maguire currently earns 180 to 90K, but he's reportedly willing to take a big pay cut. How much is a big pay cut, bro? If you still pay Maguire 150K or 120K, that's still a lot of money. I don't think that's a very big pay cut, bro. They say Maguire has been playing well this season and he deserves it. The players like Maguire. If you give Harry Maguire a new deal, it has to be only a 1 year extension. You cannot give Maguire a 2 year extension or 1 year. The fact that Harry Maguire and Luke Shaw are still at this football club and players like Rafael Varane and Casemiro are leaving, I don't know, bro. Sometimes I don't know about this club, bro. They say the deal is likely to be 1 to 2 years. Talks are progressing positively, with United confident of an agreement. Some say potential 2 year, 1 year fixed, and a 1 year option until 27 to 28. They say there's no signature or close agreements, but his advisors have greenlit reduced terms, and Champions League qualification could become a decisive factor in finalizing the deal. So this is why Maguire wants a new deal, is because you see only recently Maguire's new contract has come out, because now we're going to get Champions League. People want to stay at United. You see, if United had no Champions League, people want to leave. You know why? People like Maguire want to leave because they wouldn't get paid so well. That's the truth. If Manchester United qualify for the Champions League, the players' salary and the players' wages go up. So this makes sense. They say, while players and some people say we shouldn't keep him, they say he keeps making blocks last minutes. He keeps on saving us, and he's a good experience for the youth team. They say people like Lenny Yoro, Haven, look up to Harry Maguire. Bro, listen, Harry Maguire has been playing well this season. Last season and any seasons before that, Harry Maguire has not been playing well. So, for me, I wouldn't give Harry Maguire a new deal, bro, because we should be more looking forward, bro. We should be looking forward. We should honestly start like Haven. We should let Yoro play more. The fact that Harry Maguire is going to be in the team going forward is like you. So Yoro's not going to get much games. Haven's not going to get much games, and this is just gonna drop the experience building for Yoro and Haven, bro. That's one negative side of this deal. However, they say that his on the pitch value at 32, his solid partnerships, clean sheets, his match winning contributions, and Maguire is undroppable under Carrick. Bro, imagine saying Maguire is undroppable like a few years ago. That would be mad, bro. That would be mad. Nah, bro, listen. This is like a 50-50 deal for me. Maguire staying is like a 50-50 deal. I don't know. I'm like 50-50 on it. Honestly, I don't 100% agree with giving Maguire a new contract. That's just my personal opinion. Whether you guys agree or disagree, you can let me know. Let me know in the comments after you guys watch this video. Let's look at some other news on Twitter, bro. Hey, bro, there's some mad news over here. So, I want to talk about this what is this here? They say, do any of y'all know Yan Diomande? He plays for one of the Red Bull clubs. They say United is very interested in this guy. Let's talk about this guy, Yan Diomande, bro. This is the guy that I'm talking about. I don't know if y'all can see this. Yan Diomande is attracting serious attention with United and Spurs, sending scouts multiple times, while PSG are also tracking him. And Bayern Munich are also in the race for Yan Diomande. Listen, Yan Diomande, I don't know much about him, but he is a good player. I believe he is a good player. I've seen some clips on him. He's okay. He's okay. He reminds me a bit of Patrick Dorgu. Anyway, another story that just has come out on Twitter. They say Bruno Fernandes has informed Man United he'll 100% leave if Michael Carrick is replaced. The Portuguese captain has made his stance clear to the board. And they say Bayern Munich are favorites to sign Bruno Fernandes. They say the squad strongly backs Carrick staying as long-term boss. Bro, there's no way Bruno Fernandes would leave Manchester United and go to Bayern Munich. I believe Bruno Fernandes, he probably retires at Manchester United. They say post-signing Bruno Fernandes has been the best signing for United. Yeah, I'll probably agree with that. But I don't know if Bruno Fernandes will ever go to like a big club like after United. I think he'll just go to Saudi and he'll retire. That's what they're saying. They're saying here Bayern Munich wants Bruno Fernandes. I don't know how far that's true. But anyway, let's move on to some other news. Bro, listen, Garnacho. Bro, Garnacho is a failure at Chelsea, bro. Garnacho. You know what's funny? Amrin once told Garnacho, you better pray that you can find a club to sign you. And Chelsea fell for the trap, bro. Garnacho is a joke, bro. That guy's flopping at Chelsea. Oh, there's some other news that came in here. Talks are progressing well for McTominay's contract extension to Napoli. Offered a new deal until 2030 with an option for 2031. Bro, McTominay, listen. McTominay must go stay at Napoli. That's it. I don't want to see the story again. I feel the story is just parts of like, like they're pushing the thing like McTominay must get a higher wages deal at Napoli. I don't know why people will even entertain the fact that McTominay should come back. McTominay is in the past, bro. McTominay must stay. Just stay at Napoli, do your thing. You've been winning a major awards there. You've been winning individual awards. There's no reason for you to come back to United, bro. McTominay, just stay. Just stay, bro. Bro, some other breaking news here. Got a comment here says, what is your name, bro? Is your name Lion? Lion PV4. Contract is a contract. What do you mean by that? A contract is a contract, bro? A contract matters. Like, are you going to offer a lot of money? Yeah, Luke Shaw, bro. Luke Shaw is, what you mean is a club legend. How is Luke Shaw a club legend, bro? Luke Shaw has been injured half his career. How is he a legend? I'll say he's an experienced player of the team, but a club legend, bro. Club legends are players like Roy Keane, Berbatov, Rooney, Giggs. Luke Shaw is not a club legend, bro. Luke Shaw is a Manchester United club legend. Bro, what are you on? Don't ever come tell me Luke Shaw is a club legend. Tell me why you think Luke Shaw is a club legend. I 100% disagree with that. There's no way Luke Shaw is a club legend. Never. Tell me why you're saying Luke Shaw is a club legend. Let me know why you're saying Luke Shaw is a club legend. Let me know. Guys, is Luke Shaw a club legend? Look at this guy. He's saying Luke Shaw is a club legend. Bro, do you know what's the definition of a club legend? A definition of a club legend is someone who has won multiple major trophies with a team. Someone who is a captain, someone who is a player that the team relies upon, someone that is always playing for the team, not injured, someone who is a vocal and experienced person in the dressing room. You cannot tell me Luke Shaw has any of that. Luke Shaw is experienced, that's it. I'll give him one thing. He's just experienced, but he's not a club legend. You want to talk about club legends, go look at Wayne Rooney. Go look at how Wayne Rooney was at 18 when he had a bald head and he used to go up against guys 10 years older than him in the Premier League. That's how you know a player is like a legend, bro, when they're so young and they deliver for your team. Luke Shaw, what has Luke Shaw done in this past few seasons? He's only been playing good under Carrick for like 4 or 5 games. I don't know when's the last time. But even in the recent game, bro, against West Ham, Luke Shaw wasn't on it. You see, that's what I'm saying about Luke Shaw. Luke Shaw is on and off. You can't rely on Luke Shaw, dog. Harry Maguire is an inspiration. Look at where he comes from. Bro, Harry Maguire, you can't compare Harry Maguire to Luke Shaw. Harry Maguire was the captain of the team. He was, I believe, I'm not sure if he was captain at Leicester, but he was a captain of United. Luke Shaw, half the time, was injured. Even if Harry Maguire wasn't playing well, I don't remember Harry Maguire being injured for like a full season, or Harry Maguire not at least trying to play. Like, I know he was trash like past few seasons, but Harry Maguire is not you can't compare Luke Shaw to Harry Maguire, bro. No ways, bro. No ways. And Harry Maguire has been playing well for like more than Luke Shaw, I feel, in recent times. Like Luke Shaw, for me, I don't think he'll play for England like in any future tournaments. Harry Maguire has a chance to get back in the England team, but does Luke Shaw have a chance to get back in the England team? Let me know. Do you think that Luke Shaw can get back into the England team? Who has the highest chance of getting back and playing for England? If you had to compare Harry Maguire and Luke Shaw. Bro, nah. In fact, we need a new left back, bro. That guy from Brentford, Coyote or whatever his name, that bro that can long throw the balls. Bro, we need to sign a new left back. Even the guy for West Ham, but I don't know if he's a left, what he is. Malik Diouf, bro. Bro, we need to sign a new left back in the summer. I don't want to see Luke Shaw. Are you telling me Harry and Luke are not going to the World Cup? Nah, I never said Harry and Luke. I said Luke Shaw will probably not go. Harry Maguire has like a better chance of starting, bro. I don't think Thomas Tuchel will choose Luke Shaw. There's no way, bro. There's no way Thomas Tuchel will choose Luke Shaw to play for England. Bro, Harry Maguire can play for England because I believe the centre backs at the moment are not very impressive. There's only Mark Way. Mark Way is probably England's best centre back. If you play Mark Way and a Harry Maguire, that's okay. But Luke Shaw, I don't know, where does Luke Shaw even fit into the England team, bro? Nah, bro. Listen, I'm not gonna say anything more because Luke Shaw hasn't been a favorite player of mine. Harry Maguire, I actually like Harry Maguire more than Luke Shaw. Are you a Manchester United supporter, bro? Do you support Manchester United or who do you support? Anyway, there's another story that I want to talk about here. And this is kind of like maybe this is an uncomfortable conversation, but Mason Greenwood, the fact that De Zerbi has left Marseille means that more than likely Mason Greenwood is going to be sold. Manchester United have a 50% sell-on clause, meaning they'll receive half of any transfer fee when Greenwood leaves Marseille. Bro, listen, we could get a big payday from Greenwood. I don't know if Greenwood will ever play for United again. I don't think so because the feedback has been negative towards him. But if someone had to sign Greenwood and they sign him for like say 70 million or 60 million, we'll get like 30 million, bro. We'll get half of that. Mason Greenwood, bro. I'm not sure how he's been doing in the French league. But hey, man, hey, Greenwood was a good player, bro. Greenwood was a good player for United, bro. Honestly. I miss the times when we had a front three of like when we should have players like Greenwood in the team. I don't miss Greenwood as a person, but as a player, yeah, Greenwood was good, bro. Greenwood was a good player. Anyway, back to the conversation I was having, bro. About but what is this, bro? This is definitely fake here, bro. Manchester United have put an offer for Vinicius Jr. Hey, bro, listen, I don't know what's happening at Real Madrid, but I've heard rumors that Manchester City are interested in Vinicius Jr. But if United had to ever sign a player, hey, imagine if United had to sign Vinicius Jr. A lot of stories on Twitter, but this is from a site called Sports UK's Top Skills. They say Manchester United hold interest in Vinicius Jr. ahead of a potential summer move. Manchester United would be willing to offer Vinicius Jr. 375k per week. Nah, bro, there's no way. We would never offer that amount of money, bro. However, Manchester City remain favourite to sign Vinicius Jr. Bro, Vinicius Jr.'s contract expires in 2027. I didn't even know that. I don't even know if Vinicius Jr.'s contract expires in 2027. They say Vinicius is reluctant to extend at Real Madrid and he leaves the door open for a Premier League move. And Man City is 100% ready to sign him if there is an opportunity to sign him. Bro, if Man City signed Vinicius Jr., you might as well give them the Premier League, dog. You might as well give them the Premier League. Imagine Vinicius Jr. playing for Man City. Bro, nah. I cannot imagine Vinicius Jr. playing for Man City, bro. Never. That will be a nightmare. Vinicius Jr. playing for Man City? Nah. There's another story linking United to, bro, Inter Milan, yeah. Alessandro Bastoni. We need some new centre-backs in the team, bro. Manchester United need to sign some new centre-backs. Bastoni is incredible. Bro. We've been linked to Bastoni for quite some time now. And, you know, Bastoni, for me, is a very, very good player, bro. If we could get Alessandro Bastoni from Inter Milan, Bastoni is an experienced player, bro. Defense, nah, bro. Top tier player. I remember, like, even 2 years ago, we was linked to Bastoni from Inter Milan. Bro, if we ever had to get Bastoni, he'll be a top centre-back. There's some new things coming out about Scott McTominay. They say Scott McTominay's priority is to stay at Napoli. Yeah, good, bro. I hope he stays at Napoli. I don't want to see Scott McTominay ever come back to the Premier League or United, bro. Just stay in Italy, bro. Manchester United have reportedly made contact with Julian Nagelsmann. Bro, United believe he could follow Jurgen Klopp's blueprint and become the next German manager to dominate the Premier League. Bro, there's no way we will get Julian Nagelsmann now. If we ever had an opportunity to get a Nagelsmann, it would have been before he could have been Germany's coach, bro. Now, at the moment, I don't think we'll get Nagelsmann. Maybe if this was like before Ruben Amorim, we could have got Nagelsmann. But now, nah, there's no way Nagelsmann will leave Germany to come to United. And I feel Nagelsmann needs to be at a bigger club first and manage like a club, like a club level. I don't know. He's never managed a big club like United, like in terms of he's never managed a Real Madrid. He's never managed a Liverpool. But do you guys think Nagelsmann is a good coach, though? I don't know if he's a really that good coach, bro. Do anyone like watch German football? Yeah? You could tell me about Julian Nagelsmann. To me, I've heard things about him. I've seen some matches which he coached. To me, he just looks like a modern day coach, bro. I don't know if he's that good, but people have been telling me he's good. I need to do more research about him. Another story that has been spoken about is Kobbie Mainoo. Listen, this is kind of like I don't know how far this is like true, but they say Kobbie Mainoo will 100% leave Manchester United if Michael Carrick is replaced as manager. And listen, Kobbie Mainoo can leave Manchester United. You know why? The way the club treated Kobbie Mainoo when Ruben Amorim was there is a disgrace. You see, Ineos, the way you treated Kobbie Mainoo and you wanted to sell him, apparently the deal with Napoli was already advanced. Kobbie Mainoo was supposed to be going on loan to Napoli in January transfer window. But because Amorim got sacked, Kobbie Mainoo stayed at Manchester United. Bro, if Kobbie Mainoo leaves Manchester United because Michael Carrick is not staying as manager, we need to get rid of Ineos. The fact that Ineos was going to let Kobbie Mainoo leave the football club because of Amorim, that fraud, is an absolute joke. That's how you know Ineos is incompetent. And if you guys support Ineos, bro, you need to honestly look at these guys properly, because they say here, if Michael Carrick is not the permanent manager, Kobbie Mainoo will 100% leave Manchester United. And I don't blame Kobbie Mainoo for saying this, bro. I don't blame him. He hasn't signed a new deal. We've offered him, I believe, a new deal in the past, like recently, but something where the wages wasn't 100% right. Bro, we cannot afford to lose Kobbie Mainoo again, bro. I'm telling you, like, not lose him again. I mean, we cannot afford to, like, you remember those games where Kobbie Mainoo wasn't playing? Our midfield was getting ran through. The fact that when Carrick came in, the first thing that Michael Carrick did is put Kobbie Mainoo next to Casemiro. And you guys, if you watch United, bro, you'll see that Kobbie Mainoo next to Casemiro is such a wonderful combination. Bro, I cannot afford us to lose Kobbie Mainoo, bro. If Kobbie Mainoo was playing for Crystal Palace, or if he was playing for like Leeds, or if he was playing for Wolves, Kobbie Mainoo would be valued over 100 million, 120 million. You see how much Brighton wanted for Carlos Baleba? They flipping wanted like 120 million from us for Baleba. And if you watch Baleba this season, he's been a shadow of himself. So imagine if Kobbie Mainoo was playing at Crystal Palace and he was performing at his top level. How much would Kobbie Mainoo be worth? Bro? Easily 120 million. Easily 120 million Kobbie Mainoo would be worth. Guys, if you just joined the live stream, please like, subscribe. Let me know where you're from and what team do you support. I'm just doing a daily transfer show. I'm talking about, Maguire's new deal, McTominay possibly, and also what's this? Yeah, I'm just talking about all news, bro. Bro, they say Chelsea are exploring a blockbuster swap deal with Juventus to sign Yildiz, bro. The proposed package would see Garnacho head to Juventus. Look how fast Chelsea want to get rid of Garnacho, bro. Are you insane? This is how you know Garnacho is a flop. Chelsea are already getting rid of Garnacho. Imagine. They've only signed him last season from us. Scott McTominay has attracted 2 significant offers from Premier League and Saudi clubs, but his preference is to remain at Napoli. Yeah, good, bro. Stay at Napoli. Yo, Chelsea are planning a major summer move for Bruno Guimaraes, with a Brazilian midfielder reportedly keen on joining Chelsea. Bro, why would Chelsea need new midfielders, bro? They have Enzo Caicedo, they have Lavia. They have Andre Santos. Why on earth would Chelsea need more midfielders, bro? This is insane. Chelsea are overdoing it, dog. Like, how many midfielders do they want? Bruno Guimaraes is a top midfielder, bro. I remember when Bruno Guimaraes, the Newcastle player, Bruno, the Man City wanted to sign him and Newcastle wanted 100 million. Newcastle are very bad people to negotiate with, bro. Newcastle, I remember yesterday I seen a story. Manchester United were linked with Sandro Tonali. Bro, if we had to go and negotiate with Newcastle, we're going to have to pay them about 100 million for Tonali. You see what Newcastle did to Liverpool, bro. They wanted 130 million for Isak. How much were they going to want for Bruno Guimaraes and Sandro Tonali? Listen, Sandro Tonali is a way better midfielder than Scott McTominay, dog. He's a way better midfielder than Scott McTominay. I would rather sign Sandro Tonali than ever sign Scott McTominay back. Sandro Tonali he's only been playing in the Premier League for, I believe, 2 seasons. And I've already seen more from him than I've seen from McTominay, bro. Even Bruno Guimaraes. But, bro, Chelsea have Caicedo, they have Enzo. Why on earth would they need Bruno Guimaraes, bro? I don't understand that, bro. Chelsea is not good, bro. Chelsea is not good. They signed too many players, bro. Bro, Arsenal, why would Arsenal want Sandro Tonali as well? How many midfielders do Arsenal have? Is Mikel Arteta obsessed with midfielders? Mikel Arteta has Rice, he has Eze, he has Odegaard. Why would Arsenal want Sandro Tonali? If there's an opportunity for United to sign one midfielder, if they can't get Anderson, Sandro Tonali is my next option, bro. I'll tell you straight, Sandro Tonali is my next option. There's another player that I'll be happy if United had to sign, but I don't know how it fits in our team. Morgan Rogers, bro. They say Morgan Rogers will ask to leave Aston Villa if Aston Villa do not qualify for the Champions League. Morgan Rogers, guys. Morgan Rogers is an absolutely sensational player. If we didn't have Bruno Fernandes, Morgan Rogers will be my pick to replace him. Obviously, Morgan Rogers is not the same player as Bruno Fernandes, but he's a different type of player, but he still offers a lot of goals. Obviously, he doesn't create goals, but he offers a lot of goals. They say here, listen, just in Mateus Cunha on Bryan Mbeumo. For me, he's an underrated player because I put him so high. He gives the expectation that I know he can do. He's a special, good guy, so I can never say he's underrated. Bryan Mbeumo is underrated, bro. Bryan Mbeumo is underrated and he's a top player. But let me tell you something. There's this other midfielder that United are linked with, constantly linked with. We've even been linked with him last season when Amran was here. We've been linked with this guy, what's his name? Martin Hjulmand. He plays for Sporting Lipsen. They say he's valued around 50 million. I don't know if he's going to be such a good option for us, bro. Hjulmand, I don't know. I don't want to sign any players on Sporting Lisbon. Mason Mount's future is at doubt. Listen, bro, Mason Mount needs to be sold. Mason Mount needs to be sold. I don't want to hear anything about Mason Mount. The guy's has been a flop. He's been a flop. He's injured half the time, and even when he's been playing, I don't think there's any future for him. So we definitely need to sign midfielders in the summer, bro. We need to sign minimum 2, a max 3 or 4 midfielders. And yeah, guys, this is going to be it for the daily live show. If you guys enjoyed the show, please subscribe. If you're watching it later, subscribe, comment, like, share. This has been Jordan Talks Football, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.